by step. So I'm going to start off by mixing my watercolors. I'm using brown, Payne's Gray, black, Maya Blue, and Phthalo Green. I'm using Turner Artist Watercolors and LUKAS Aquarell. Everything I use is going to be in my description. So before I begin my tutorial, I just want to talk to you guys about a really interesting website called Skillshare. What is Skillshare? It's an online learning platform where you can find many different kinds of classes. You can find classes on photography, for example, business, cooking, Photoshop, and also watercolors, of course. The watercolor classes on Skillshare are perfect for people that want to learn about watercolor painting in depth, and that's like from the techniques you should use to the supplies to a step-by-step way on how to make a certain type of painting. Every watercolor class in Skillshare has steps and techniques broken down in little lessons, and the information is bite-sized, so it is really easy to understand it. The best part is that you get to explore all of these classes for free. You can use the link in my description to get 2 free months of Skillshare. I highly recommend you to simply try this website out, especially if you want to learn more on watercolor painting. So first we're going to start off by making the mountains in the back. I'm simply going to use the dry brush technique, and I'm just going to take my paint and start like making strokes with my dry brush. And that's just going to give me sort of a look that I have a mountain that has like a lot of snow on it. And you don't really need to draw a mountain shape first, just make a pointy shape, and then on the right side of your mountain take more paint and add more strokes there so that it's like darker and it kind of gives your mountain some depth and some sort of like realistic look. So now I'm going to start with the second layer of the mountain, and I'm simply going to make this mainly in black. What you might want to do to give it like a realistic touch is leave some part of the mountain white, so that's going to look like it has a little bit of snow on it. Here you can give like a silhouette only. You don't have to have like these textures going on with your dry brush. I also just like added some vertical lines on this little mountain to kind of give it like an impression that there's like a forest here. So on the big mountain, I kind of decided to also add some brown too, because I just don't want everything to look all black. I kind of want to give it some sort of, the mountains, some sort of color too. If you do feel ever that you kind of went too dark on the mountains, you can always take white watercolor and like make little strokes to kind of give it like a snowy texture. So here I just decided to take some of my mica watercolor. This one is Moonlight from Aquarell, and I just added some few strokes on the mountain to just kind of give the painting sort of like a magical touch, but obviously this part is really optional. Now it's time for the water, and just start off by adding some water on your bottom part of the paper. We're gonna kind of make this water reflection using the wet on wet technique. The main part is to basically have the bottom really dark, the top really dark too, obviously because of the mountains are black, which is going to kind of leave you with the center being a little bit light, and that's kind of like the effect that we're going for. So it's okay if you kind of make your mountain reflection first and then you go darker at the bottom. Or it's like you can do it however you want, but in your mind you should just know that you should try to keep the center a little bit light. Also guys, you don't have to paint the reflection as dark as I'm doing. I'm kind of doing this because I want to make the water look like it's really deep. You can simply like mix more water in your paint and make a light reflection if you want. So I don't really have any sort of explanation for this part. I just randomly took a paper towel and thought how what would happen if I just, dab off some paint from here. And what I had in mind was just to like sort of try making the reflection of the mountains in the back, because I kind of like made it too dark. And it sort of did give a nice texture. You could try it out if you want, but I don't know. This is really random. You really don't have to do it. So guys, this part is pretty optional. What I'm basically doing here is taking my flat brush that's really dry, it's very less damp, and I'm just making some strokes. What this does is it removes some color from some area and it puts it on another by just like a little line sort of that you see like a black lines on the lighter parts. This basically gives movement in the water. Now, if you want your water to look like it's quiet, it's calm, you want to kind of give your painting that kind of look, then don't do this part and your water is going to look really like smooth. So guys, this is how it looks like at the end. I hope you guys liked watching this video, and I hope it was also helpful. If you guys have any questions or comments, let me know. And thank you for watching, guys.